Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Elevate by Any Means. If you do not know me, I am Dunyale. Thank you so much for being here. Now, today is going to be a very short video. I just want to drop in to let you guys know that today's energy is to release what is no longer serving you. Unstucking yourself in a sense, right? So we need to dive deep into that today. So let's get started. Okay, guys, so think about this. Everything that we're doing, everything that is coming up in our external world, internally, everything that's coming up in our emotions, what is it telling you? This is the energies that we need to navigate through this week, because there are certain energies that are happening and taking place with this full blood moon, with the lunar eclipse. There's a lot of energy of shifting. So if you have been trying to shift and manifest, use this time to actually help you do it, since we are already going through what? A new moon. Not even a new moon, a full moon, a lunar eclipse, okay? Now, understanding that now is the time that things are going to change in your life. Things are supposed to shift. Things are supposed to feel as if you're walking into something new. You are literally graduating from the stage that you are already at. That's beautiful. That's beautiful, because now you get to see some of the things that you want in your life. Now you get to decide what it is that you want to change in your life. What are the things that you have been like seriously thinking about? Have you taken action? Have you set those goals? Have you written them in ink? Okay? It's important for us to decide and get clear about the things that we want to do in our life, because at the end of the day, no one's going to do them for you. You actually have to do the work. The work doesn't have to be something tedious. It doesn't have to be something really hard, but you do whatever is necessary in order for you to shift, in order to receive this shift, the blessings that's coming in, the manifestations that's coming in, the peace, the love, the joy, just abundance in general, okay? And I would like to remind everybody, because this just popped in my head, whatever you're manifesting, when you're saying you want to be abundant, abundant in what? What is it exactly that you want to be abundant in? What is it that you want abundance of? Because you can say all day, like, I am abundant, I am abundant, I am abundant. But abundance might be abundance in work opportunities. It could be abundance in food. It can be abundance in friendship. It can be abundance in wealth. We just need to make sure that we're clarifying what it is that we desire, like all the way down to the smallest details. If you want that red Ferrari, guess what? It needs to be red with that peanut butter colored seats. It needs to have shiny rims, a great sound system, all the way down. Not just I want a Ferrari. Okay? It's like telling the universe exactly what it is that you want to go. When you go to a restaurant, you actually put in an order. That order is specific to what you want if you customize it, right? So if I say, hey, I want a burger with no onions, extra mayo, pickles, lettuce, cheese, that's exactly what I'm going to receive. Well, that's exactly what you're supposed to receive, right? Because that's the order you put in. And think about the universe being the same thing, and with us navigating through new energies. These new energies that are coming in to help us shift. We're literally shifting out of everything that we do not desire and calling in the things that we do. Okay? You might feel like lately, like you want to hold on so tight to things. You might want to hold on to the things that you're familiar with. But breaking free of that stagnation, breaking free of the things that no longer is serving you, the things that you no longer want to hold on to, the people that you no longer want in your life, that job that you no longer want to go to. Like, we have to start doing the things that are going to benefit us. And it's not being selfish. It's not being selfish to say, hey, I'm going to choose me. Hey, I'm going to choose what I want. Hey, I'm going to do what it is that I feel. Because I think a lot of us get to that point where we are deciding that what somebody else wants is important. Okay? And it may be in a sense. However, when it comes to you or them, that's where you have to make a choice. Okay? Now, I personally have been dealing with something in my life, right? And it has nothing to do with my household, but it does have everything to do with the community that I'm in, right? I know it's time for me to shift. But if I'm not doing the work to help me shift, I will stay where I don't want to be. I will stay and have to deal with others who may not be on the same page as me. And that's okay that they're not on the same page as me. But when it comes to respecting my boundaries, when it comes to respecting what it is that I desire for me and my things, that's where it matters the most. Because at first, I would feel really guilty about feeling the way that I felt about it. But in a sense, like, I have grown to understand that what I want matters. And if other people can't respect that, then they either need to go or I need to do something to shift out of the space that I'm in, okay? And I'm purposely not going into details about it because I am releasing it, okay? I am definitely releasing it, and I don't want to hold on to it no more than I have to. But we can just say that we may not be on the same page. Me and these people may not be on the same page because I have certain boundaries. I respect my boundaries. I respect other people's boundaries. And I teach my children to respect other people's boundaries as well. Sometimes it doesn't feel like these particular people do that. Even if they might be actively trying, they're not trying to me hard enough to make sure that they're respecting the boundaries. Okay. And it definitely frustrates me sometimes. But I recognize that the want for me to just shift out of that energy and shift from the area in general. Because I realize, like, oh, I get it. I've just outgrown this space. I've outgrown this space. And I'm manifesting the things that I desire. I'm manifesting that land that's completely secluded, that's surrounded by trees, that has neighbors who are understanding and caring and loving and just good vibe energy. People who don't thrive on negativity, because that's not where I am and it's not where I want to be. So I am constantly actively doing that. And I know that there are other people out there who are dealing with the same stuff, even in relationships, even on jobs, even just in general, energetically, okay? This could be your family members. It could be anyone, okay? For me, it's the neighborhood, okay? I just feel like it's time for me to shift out of the neighborhood because my views, my thoughts, the things that I desire and want, the way I desire for my yard to look, everything to look, don't align with where I am now, okay? So I am actively doing something about that, right? So I can't sit and worry about it. I can't be up all night worrying about it. And if you're up worrying about things that are going on in your life all night, every day, you're constantly thinking about these negative themes that are running constantly in your head, it's time to release. Because at that point, it's no longer yours. It's becoming you. You do not want it to become you. You just simply want to be able to observe it, understand what the energies feel like to you. If they agree with you or if they don't agree with you, think about how you can shift out of them. And if you can shift out of them, immediately, then do so. Then try to do so. Do whatever it is that you need to do. If that's meditation to help you, like, calm it down or keep yourself calm, cool, and collected, then do that. It works very well for me, okay? Now, with the energies that I have been, like, dealing with, for me, I'm getting better with it. I'm getting better with it because I'm trying to rewrite the narrative in my head. I am rewriting the narrative in my head, shall I say. Because I kind of don't want to be in that space where I'm holding on to things too tight and trying to control things that's out of my control. I can't control other people's children. I can't control other people, period. I can't control what they do. So it's not necessary for me to try to do that. It's not necessary for me to try and, control any situation that's out of my control. Okay? But I do understand there's things that are different here. And it's not to demonize anyone. It's not to make anyone feel bad. It's just I'm just ready to shift out of this place. I'm just ready to shift from this place, and I understand that. So, guys, my next point is to make sure that you are not worrying, okay? No matter what you're going through, I understand things can be difficult. We all go through them, but it is no longer time for you to worry. It's time for you to focus on the outcome that you desire, the outcome that you want, the outcome that feels good to you, the outcome that just feels amazing, and you just absolutely know without a shadow of a doubt that it's meant to be yours. It's yours without doubts, without fear, right? Because it's time to literally walk away. It's time to walk away from those things that are no longer serving you. Time to walk away from the things that you feel stuck to. Because a lot of the times we feel stuck. We feel stuck in such a way that it feels like I have to work this job. I have to have that house. I have to do this. I have to do that. But what we need to recognize is what is more important to you in that moment. When you start to feel the fear, the worry, the doubt, the anxiety, what is happening to you in that moment? What are you feeling? What is it surrounding? And I literally make sure you're writing this down, because it's important that you take that time to figure out, why is it that you're worrying? What can you do about the worrying? What would benefit you in that very moment? How can you shift out of this space quickly? Because a lot of the times changing our energetic views on things can help things straighten up in our life, right? And I realized that even about the situation that I have been going through with the neighborhood thing. Like, I have been trying to view it differently. And instead of viewing it like, oh, I just don't like this and I just don't like that, I'm choosing to say, I am ready to shift into my mansion. I'm ready to shift into my 20 acres of land, my hundreds of acres of land, So it's important for me to make sure that I am staying connected to source, connected with the high vibrating energies and things, right? Because I think it's important that we all decide and get clear about where it is that we're trying to go, what we're trying to do. Because sometimes other people's views may not align with your views, and it can cause a lot of chaotic energies, right? But at the end of the day, it's like, what matters more? What matters more to you? Their views and thoughts or yours? It's easy for people to say, hey, this isn't in alignment with me. It's easy for you to view it that way, The problem come in when we allow other people to infringe on us, infringe on our own wants and beliefs and thoughts. That's the problem. That's where the chaotic energy start to come in, because you're trying to accept other people's ideas, ideologies, views, versus standing strong in your own and repelling any other energy that you do not desire. That's important to do, because it's clear that these energies are navigating us way towards something that's going to be very beneficial and beautiful for us. Everything that's going on is a lot of chaotic shifting, okay? It feels like chaos. It feels like, a lot of turmoil and things that are happening. There's a lot of things going on. But what I try to focus on, and I suggest that everyone try to focus on, is self. Your family, you, Just the things that you are manifesting, the things that you desire, the things that you want, not allowing yourself to worry about everything that is happening externally. Now, if you just feel pulled to something, then evaluate why that is. It's a lot of things that bother me about what's going on in the external. However, I have to make a choice. That choice has to be me constantly trying to guard my energy and uplifting myself and being in a space where I am valuing what I desire to see, what I desire to have, what I do have. Because we always look for manifestations and we're just looking for the next thing. But valuing what we do have in this moment, valuing what you do have in this moment. That's one of the reasons why the neighborhood thing bothered me so much. Other people may not value what they have as much as I do. I value everything. I value the people in my life. I value the land I'm on. I value my home. I value my car. I value everything. It doesn't mean I'm putting it on a pedestal, but it does mean that in that moment, I am grateful for what I have, and I don't want other people messing it up. And I don't want people infringing on my space. And I don't want other people feeling entitled to what I have. Okay? And we have to do that sometimes, because, standing up for yourself also is a running theme that needs to happen. You have to stand up for yourself. You can't just allow people to tell you and infringe on your personal space and tell you what it is and what it ain't. Because at the end of the day, you're going to be the one mad about it. If you don't stand up for yourself, if you're not one of those people that can say, hey, no, when you want to say no, then that's a problem. That's something that needs to be addressed because the energies now are shifting us. We're literally shifting from the old to the new. And in order for us to be there, we have to get clear and make choices. And sometimes they feel hard. And it's okay for you to get angry, and it's okay for you to be upset about things. However, you have to switch out of that frequency. You have to learn how to switch out of it quickly. It's okay for you to express yourself and get angry. I get angry most of the time. I'm fussing about something, but it's like you see it, you complain about it, you allow yourself to feel whatever it is that you feel, and then you move out of it. You shift from it. You allow yourself to be free of it. And it's not something that you need to hold on to. It's something that, you have to try to understand other people's point of view. Get that, that's an understanding. That's a given, right? But in the long run, I am never allowing somebody else's feelings to infringe on mine or come over mine or try for somebody else to try to manipulate me into being what they want me to be or doing what they want me to do. If I don't want to do it, I'm not doing it. Okay? I have learned that much. If I don't want to do it, I'm not doing it. I don't know how to tell you no other way. The answer is going to be no. That's the complete sentence. That's just it. That's just what it's going to be. Like, I'm not one of those people who actually care enough about what other people think. I don't. My thing is I feel like everybody is an individual, and I feel like everybody deserves to be free of that. Everybody deserves to be free of the mental prison thing that happens with that anxiety, with that anger, with that depression, with it all. Now, I've heard this really cool thing one time, and I don't remember who said it, but he said something along the lines of, when you decide to be angry, you are hurting yourself. When you decide to stay in an energy of anger, depression, all these things, like, you're hurting yourself. It's like hurting yourself because you're allowing that frequency, that energy to dominate everything that you're doing in your life right now, in that moment, right? And I thought that was just so cool. Like, I thought it was so profound because it hit me so hard. Like, when I heard it, and I was just like, yeah, like, that makes sense. So I try not to stay angry long. I do get upset. I fuss just like anybody else. I mean, we people. We're normal people. We're going through life one day at a time. Each day we're trying to do something bigger and better, something grander for ourselves, loving ourselves more, being in that peace, you know? And I think me valuing what I have is me loving where I am right now, which is going to allow the manifestations to come in because I can see the shifts happening. I can see the shifts happening. I love that, I can value where I am because I also know where I'm going too. So it's like exciting, But it's also time for us to leave things alone, right? Like we've worked on stuff so long. We've been in relationships so long. We've dealt with things so long. Time to let go. I don't know who need to hear that, but you're being told to let it go. It's time to let it go. It's time to be at peace. It's time to love yourself. It's time to travel. It's time to say no. It's time for you to go after the things that you desire. Because I know it's fun when we be like, oh yeah, we're manifesting and I got my manifestations and woo, yes. But what about when it comes to your heart? What about when it comes to your relationships? What about when it comes to your friendships? Things are shifting, guys. Like, it's okay for you to love people, but it is not okay for you to hold on to things and people who are now not serving you. And that's one of the hardest lessons I had to learn. Like, because I love the people that were in my life. Like, I love them to death. I love them. But, like I'm going in a different direction. And I know that. And I can still love them from afar. And I can still love them when we don't talk. And I can love them when we do talk. And I can just love them in general and wish the best for them and see and speak life over them. Period. But it does not mean I have to be in constant communication. It does not mean I have to allow myself to lower my vibration, my frequency, the things that I desire and want to stay friends with them. Because, some of these contracts, because, we got these contracts going on. Some of these contracts say otherwise, right? And some of these contracts say otherwise. And some of these contracts we are not supposed to hold on to. They are just meant to teach us something so we can move on towards something else, towards what we desire, right? And I think it's important that we get that we understand that, because at the end of the day, we are keeping ourselves stuck. And even when we're in that space where we're keeping ourselves stuck, it's like you have to ask yourself, like, what is it? What is it that you're wanting? Are you wanting to be happy? Are you wanting to be financially free? Are you wanting to have it all? Like, do you want the house, the cars, the clothes, the traveling, the lovely, beautiful family, the success, the wealth? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it that you want? Do you want to just learn how to stand stronger in your own inner power? Is it that you want things to be manifested quickly? Like, are you going to be like that person who just stands on your work, stands on the ground that you are a good person, that you are a hard worker? Like, what is it that you're desiring? Put that in the comment box, okay? Put that in the comment box, because I think it's important that we state who we are, even if you haven't seen the shift yet. I am a life coach. I am a certified life coach, okay? I am an event decorator and designer. I am the owner, okay? The owner of this business. I can easily say that because I've been doing the work to get there. It's like allowing yourself to be in a space where you have patience and peace with yourself. But you're also in a state of releasing, not allowing the work, the relationships, the things to bog you down. Like, it's like being in that state where you just absolutely know, positively know for a fact that everything you want is happening, that everything you desire is happening, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Okay? Like, and don't let people tell you that it's not, because when they tell you that it's not, it causes you to be stagnant. And then you're left trying to juggle the energies of, I need to shift, I don't want to shift. I need to shift, I don't want to shift. And we all go through it. We all go through it. And then so when blessings and stuff come in, it just kind of feels like, oh, well, like, I see this. Yeah, I got this. But then you're not happy to really have it because you don't really receive the blessing. You don't see that it's literally a blessing in disguise a lot of the times when things happen. Because you're only looking at the things that you want to change. So the things that are currently happening, this is why it's important for us to stay like focused in the current space, in the current time frame, okay? Instead of being like, I'm choosing to be happy when I get this $1 million. Like, no, bro, I want to be happy now. I want to be happy and healthy and whole now. That positive energy is only going to allow the stuff to come to you faster. It can only come to you faster in the best way possible for the good of all when you are in a positive energetic space. If you are in a state where you're just angry and you're mad and you don't know how you're going to make it, and you're allowing it to bog you down with anxiety and fear, it can slow down the process. And then you're not receiving as fast as you could. It's not coming as fast as you could. And then you start playing the waiting game. And that waiting game just leads to you trying to work harder and do more and do more and do more. Because you feel like if you do more, then it's going to help. But if we think about it, if we remove the blindfold, if we remove the stagnation, the thing that more is always better, it's not. Okay? We have to think about this being growth, but growth gradually. Because all the time that you're moving. Yeah, I mean, things shift, things happen. Because you have to go after your things, the things that you want, the things that you desire, the peace, the love, the joy that you want in your life. But it's like, how much is too much? Okay? Everything that you want can come to you easily and effortlessly when you decide that it's time to. Because a lot of us are still saying, I am trying to manifest. I am trying to do this. No, baby. You have it. It's yours. It's yours. It's yours. It's already yours. That house, that car, that job, that career, whatever it is that you're manifesting, is already yours. I am speaking this to you, and I am speaking this over your life, like right now, like for real. It's yours. Congratulations. I hope that you receive everything that it is that you desire and want, okay, for you, your family, okay, your career, your job, like whatever it is, it's already yours. It's already yours. It's already yours. I just know it. Do you know it? Because I know it. It's already yours. It's already yours. That land, that house, whatever it is, it's already yours. Believe it. Walk in your power. Understand that anything that you're doing is going to help benefit you in that space, okay? Even if it's just going to work. Even if it's just getting clear mentally, if it's meditation, whatever you're doing that's focusing on you making yourself better, calling in the positive energies and starting to release the baggage, taking off the weight, taking off the things that are no longer serving you. Take it off. Don't hold on to it. Listen, one thing that I realize that people do is we have an expectation, okay? We have an expectation that we are supposed to be like whatever it is that people around us want us to be, okay? Now, a lot of us get into this by pretending to be something we're not. I got frequency. I got frequency right now, guys. This is a message for someone. And I know it's coming in clear because it's giving me chills as well. Listen. We like to pretend that we're something that we're not. We don't really like to show people who the real us are. Then that leaves us feeling lost and afraid. Because will this person really love you if they know who you really are? Will this person really love you without the implants? Without the I don't even want to say it. It won't even come out my mouth. And that's the thing about me sometimes. Like when I don't want to focus on things that I feel is negative, it won't even come out. Okay? So we're just going to change that to when the things that does not align with our highest good. When we're doing things and trying to be things that do not align with our highest good, it blocks us. It literally stops the things that can come in that we can celebrate from, the things that we are being given, the things that Source is really trying to point out. It can also block the information from coming in that can actually help you shift out of it faster. Okay? These ideas, these things that just come into your head just randomly. You was washing dishes one day and then boom, you had this thought to go do something. Okay? A lot of this is downloads. These are downloads that are happening for you. These downloads are amazing. Okay? Because just like I'm sitting here telling you to be authentic, to learn to be authentic, like literally receiving the frequency, having the waves of vibration coming down my body. This is like so important for us to understand, because a lot of the times it blocks us from being authentic because we don't want people to see the real us. We don't want to let our light shine too much, because that light shining too much may get us too much attention, which we may not want. And I know I went through that. I decided that I didn't want that. I didn't want it because at the end of the day, given the experience that I've had in the beginning of my life, like in the early years of my life, I just didn't want to be focused on it. I didn't want to go through it. I didn't want to be seen in that kind of way. So I put these videos off for so long. I put my tarot readings off for so long, but I'm going to start doing them because it's like, this is me. This is what I like. This is what I do. This is who I am. You know, it's all positive and love. Like, I'm not always positive. Nobody's always positive, guys. Like, for real. Like, we got to be honest about that. Nobody's always positive. But I'm going to always try to focus on the things that I feel like benefit me. The things that I feel like I can focus on. And if people don't love me just because they love me, just because they know who I am, then it is what it is. It's time to walk away. It's time to just be like, okay, and go and walk away. Like, you don't got to argue with people. You don't got to fuss with people. You don't got to fight with people. I'm not finna do it. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not finna do it. I'm not finna do it. I don't care who you are. I'm not finna do it. Because at the end of the day, it's like, I'm not finna match your energy. If you're sad and upset and you're bothered because I am who I am, because I don't want to go along with your narrative anymore, because there are people out here like that, and you will be so surprised at, like, once you start thinking about this message right here, how many people in your life you can say that about. Because there were a lot in my life. There were a lot of them in my life. Okay? And I had to release them. Because then you got to get to that point where you're not allowing yourself to stay stuck. And you can start to see the blessings. You can start to see the abundance. You can start to see how releasing these things is actually helping you and benefiting you on such a great scale. Like, it's so beautiful, guys. Like, when I say beautiful, I mean it's absolutely beautiful. Like, I cannot tell you how much energy I have released. Like, I literally had a fear of being wealthy. Okay? I literally had a fear of being wealthy. And it's, bro, I just did not want people to want something from me. because I felt like people wasn't giving to me. Like everything that I was going through in my life, everything that I felt, especially like friendships, relationships, I feel like I was just giving, giving, and not receiving. Even down to the smallest conversations. You know, like when you just need to talk, you just need somebody to be that listening ear and give you the advice. I needed that from people. But people weren't able to be there in the capacity that I needed. But I was always the capacity that they needed. And this caused a lot of anger that I built up inside of me and resentment towards people. And then I had to realize one day, like, dang, like, I just kind of feel like I'm there for everybody else, but it feel like nobody's here for me. So I had to leave that alone. But the final straw for me was when I had a miscarriage. I was expecting people to be there for me. I was expecting these so-called friends and other people that were in my life to, you know, just speak life, help me through it. Like, just be positive, just talk to me, just, you know, get your mind off it, because that's a very painful thing, you know. Losing a baby is very painful. Like, I don't know, losing anybody is painful, but to be carrying a baby in your stomach and to just, it just, for whatever reason, just, you know, comes out or comes too early and the baby don't survive or whatever, like, that's hard. It's hard. It was very hard. So there were people in my life at that moment that really was there for me. My mom, my mother-in-law, my sister. I thank God for them. My husband, especially, because it was very hard for me. I mean, like, so, like, I just felt so lost, so hurt. And I still get emotional about it because it's like, who wants to lose a child? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a feel-good feeling. However, I understand, you know, sometimes things just don't work out the way we plan. And even with that, we have to learn how to pick up the pieces and move on, because we got choices. And I had a choice. I could have stayed depressed and sad and felt lonely and all these things, or I could grieve for a moment and then allow myself to understand that that little baby may not have meant to be here in the physical at that time. So instead of looking at the things that happen in our life that is just like, you know, like, we can start to look at things at a more positive state. Like, find the good in it. You know, if that baby would have came out not healthy, would I have been happy about that? Yes, I would love my baby. However, would I be happy about that? No. And that's what helped me feel better. That helped me feel better because I didn't know if anything was wrong or whatever, but it just happened the way it happened, you know. So, you know, just being able to remove myself from that situation and many other situations, because, you know, I'm a Scorpio, so, you know, any Scorpios out there, y'all know we be going through some stuff, and I don't even know why we signed up for that, but, you know, I can only imagine that it's just supposed to help our soul evolution, you know? But either way, what we're working on, when we're releasing, when we're healing our inner child especially, because that's one that I had to do, and I cried like a little baby. But healing that inner child, healing the things that, you know, we need to heal, releasing the things that we need to release, like, and not judging ourselves for feeling, like, I literally used to feel bad because I had to release people from my life because I felt like, oh, they not gonna like me. Oh, they not gonna, you know, they not gonna understand. Oh, they're just not. And, you know, like I said, I kept wealth away the same way because I felt like, oh, when I become a millionaire, everybody gonna want something from me, and everybody's gonna want this, and everybody's gonna want that. And you know what? I just said, to heck with it. I don't care what other people want. Like, I literally had to learn that the hard way. Because if I become wealthy and you're not in my life, like actively in my life, you have no right to anything that I have. Period. Like, it really doesn't matter, right? Like, I had to learn that the hard way, though. Like, I literally had to learn that the hard way. I don't even know why. I felt like if I was to make more, people was going to want something. That everybody was going to want something from me, right? I don't know. It's silly. Like, when I look back at it, it's so silly because it's like, bro, you literally pushing away money, things that you desire and want in your life for the fear that people are going to want it. Like, of course they want it. They want it too. But doesn't mean you have to give it to them. Doesn't mean you have to give them your energy. Doesn't mean that. Absolutely not. So, keep that in mind, guys, okay? Now, I know this was a long video, but I had to get these messages out, and it's just, I don't know. It just kind of comes across like, I feel like I just need to do lives. I feel like I just need to do lives so I can talk and communicate with you guys, because it's just, I just be having so much to say. I be having so many downloads happening when I'm recording. And then not only that, but the frequency, the vibrating, feeling, the angel numbers that I'm seeing constantly. I don't know about you guys. Have you guys been seeing a lot of angel numbers? Like, every time I look at the clock or at something, I'm seeing the same angel numbers over and over again. Like, literally the same angel numbers. If you've been seeing angel numbers, put them down in the comment box. Tell me what angel number you be seeing, because it's like, at first it used to be a little freaky. But I just kind of, in this space, like, every time I see it, I'm just like, yes, I'm getting closer. Yes, I'm closer. Yes. Deeper intuition. Yes. I'm like celebrating it now. Because yesterday, I literally saw, I'm not even kidding you. Like, every single time I looked up or was looking at a price or looking at something, it was the same numbers over and over and over again. I literally had a fox. I've never seen a fox in my neighborhood. Never. After a meditation, come in my yard. And we were just looking at each other. And then I stood up and he just stood there. And then eventually he left. But it was like, it's weird because not only that, but cats too. Like, I've had a cat, like, I literally just sitting out meditating, and something just said, look this way. And I looked over to the left, and in my neighbor's yard, it was a cat. It was just a cat sitting there. Just a black cat sitting there, a little small cat. But he was just sitting there watching me meditate. And I said, okay, it'll go away. And I just kept meditating and meditating. But even by the time I came out of my meditation, he was still there. Okay. So I'm just like, okay. And it wasn't just that, but it's like earlier in that week, there was a hawk sitting on my fence twice. In the tree once. And I was like, I don't know what these synchronicities mean. There's a lot of going on right now. Like, I'm like, okay, I must be tapping in. Okay, I'm tapping in, y'all. What y'all think? I think I'm tapping in because it's a lot. It's a lot of animals, and even in my dreams, like, bro, even in my dreams. But anyway, guys, I hope you got something from this. Please like and subscribe. Join the family. Come be with like-minded people who are just simply looking to elevate one day at a time, because who need all that pressure? Nobody need all that pressure. And if it's your first time watching my channel, thank you so much for being here. And to my returning subscribers, love you guys. Love you guys. Thank you so much for subscribing and being here, because I think it's cool. I think it's so cool. Now, until next time, guys. Peace.